Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Before I go to bed, I got a little revelation to share with you, so to speak. I like to talk about Eshu. I like to talk about Narada Muni. And I always show how they are either the same being or they're connected or they're holding the same post. And it's very important that I get these thoughts out before I go to bed. Eshu is the incarnation of Krishna's energy in the form of sound vibration or communication. Eshu is the manifestation of Krishna's energy when it comes to communication. Eshu is known as the universal translator. He makes sure that messages from you to your ancestors get through even if they don't speak the same language as you. He makes sure that messages come through from your ancestors to you, even so you could get dreams or inspiration. That's what Eshu does. Eshu is very interesting, and I'm going to show you how this all connects in a moment. So we have a great being. Now, if there's anybody watching this video who knows the verses from the Srimad Bhagavatam or the Bhagavat Purana, it's the same book, about Narada Muni and his history, and how, see, Narada Muni is interesting because he comes from previous universes. Before this universe was seeded and given birth to, before this universe popped out, there was previous universes that Narada Muni lived in. He's a very special being. And apparently before this universe, or sometime in this universe, Narada Muni was inspired while he was still in the womb by hearing, I'm mixing that up with Bhakta Prahlad, right? But Narada Muni himself inspired Bhakta Prahlad. But Narada Muni, he comes from previous universes. He comes from high pious energy that was built up from doing service, just simple, humble service in previous universes. He came into this universe as the universal translator. Now, the thought that was hitting me while I was trying to get some rest was that Narada Muni is the son of Brahma, and Brahma is a universal creator. He's one of the highest, he is the highest, most advanced being in this universe. His name is Brahma. But somehow his son, Narada Muni, seems to outrank him. Why is that? Because Lord Brahma can't just walk directly into the spiritual world. Just like Eshu is known as the most powerful of the Orishas, and sometimes he's not even considered an Orisha. He's considered a being that's beyond the Orisha. He carries the Ashe of the Lord, the energy, the Shakti. He distributes the Ashe. Eshu distributes the Ashe of the universe, the Shakti, the energy again. And Narada Muni distributes the Shakti of the Lord in the form of mercy. Now here's where it gets interesting. Narada Muni can cross over into the spiritual world, and he can also travel through the three material worlds. Eshu of the Yoruba system can do the same thing. He can go all the way to Olodumare and talk to the Supreme Lord personally, face to face. So can Narada Muni. Narada Muni can go and approach Lord Vishnu directly, whereas his father, the leader of all created beings, Lord Brahma, he can only go as far as the shore of the ocean, and then he has to do the proper rituals, incantations, mantras, sacrifices, just to get the attention of Lord Vishnu, whereas Narada Muni could just walk up in there. Well, there was a story a long time ago with Obatala. No, not with Obatala. With Eshu and Olodumare. Apparently, something happened with Olodumare, and Olodumare was very afraid. I think there was some mice involved in the story, and Eshu came and saved him. So Eshu he got the blessing, he got the boon that he could do anything without any karma. He could pass through any veil, he could be behind any door, he could be anywhere at all times, he could translate, and he could move through the world without karma. And the same thing happens with Narada Muni. He moves through the world. Not only does Narada Muni move through the world without karma, but he also eliminates people's karma. He destroys and burns people's karma. So we have to understand that just because one person is following a Vedic system and one person is following a Yoruba system, it's not that they're following something different. Everything is laid out according to time, place, circumstance, and the consciousness of those devotees. But remember, all of these people are devotees. But I just find it interesting, the connections between Narada Muni and Narada Muni is a great being. Like, he could pop up. And another thing about Narada Muni, he was cursed. He was cursed that he couldn't stay in one place too long. So, as a result, Narada Muni could pop up in any part of the universe. He could go anywhere, but he can't stay there more than 3 days. 3 days. And he also goes to India every 12 years for sure. He goes in disguise, or he changes his form, or he might go in his original form, and he goes to something called the Kumbh Mela. Kumbh Mela is where Narada Muni. So remember, to me, Narada Muni and Eshu are the same thing. They translate messages, they initiate people, they distribute the power of the Lord. They are tricksters, very tricky beings. Remember this. There are so many stories where Narada Muni would play both sides of the fence. And Eshu, he does that all the time. He plays both sides of the fence. He'll walk through your town and he'll wear red on one side of his body and he'll wear black on the other side of his body. And the two people on the other side of the street will swear to God that they saw a man wearing red. The other side will say they saw a man wearing black, and they'll fight over that. And all of that will happen just to lead to a greater cause or a purpose for a bigger lesson. So yes, Eshu and Narada Muni are very special to me. I respect them a lot. They distribute the Ashe of the Lord. Ashe is very important. And again, when we're looking at this word Ashe, they say that there's no English translation for Ashe. It's a Yoruba word. And if there's no English translation, then we have to look at the spiritual meaning. And if we go back to one of the spiritual languages, I know of 2 spiritual languages on this earth. One is Devanagari or Sanskrit, and the other is Metu Neter. I don't have the Metu Neter word for Ashe, but I do know Ashe in Sanskrit is related to the word Isha. I-S-H-A. Isha means controller or supreme controller. Ishwara Parama Krishna. Literally, Krishna is the supreme controller. The Yoruba system is set up the same way, where Olodumare is or Olofi is the supreme controller, and he is aloof from the affairs of man. He's in his own kingdom, enjoying eternally. And from time to time in the Vedic system, Krishna does come to earth in different forms, and sometimes he even comes in his original form. I don't know if Yoruba has an equivalent of that, but it seems that everything that they describe with the demigods and the creation of the universe in the Yoruba system matches the Vedic system. So go ahead and research for yourself and be blessed. I wanted to get these thoughts off. The importance of Narada Muni. He goes around the universe playing an instrument, and he sings a lot. He's always praising Ramanam. No, actually, he's singing praises to Lakshmi Narayan. Narayan is the form of God that lays down in the cosmic ocean. Half of his body is filling up this universe, and the other half of the universe is the cosmic ocean. And that's where Narayana, it seems to be a man who lays down in the water, and that is where we bubble down into these little universes that we live in. So everything's on a higher scale, and people like Eshu and Narada Muni have the keys to this higher being, to this higher personality of Godhead. And I just find it all exciting, beautiful, and blissful. So my new blessing for people, in addition to saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, I would like to say always remain always cognizant and blissed. Sat Chit Ananda. May you remain in your eternal state.